Diaz. I'm live already.
Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. Can you hear me okay? My name is Noe, N-O-E. Last name is Diaz, D-I-A-Z. We're in the 8900 block of Richmond at Fondren. We are working an unfortunate, a tragic incident where a local constable was shot at this intersection by an assailant who we have yet to identify. Our crime scene is working the scene now. The deputy now is unfortunately been pronounced deceased at Bentab. He is working for the office of Constable Herman. I've spoken to Constable Herman, and we are making all necessary arrangements for him now. This is an active scene. We have a vehicle description. It is a charcoal gray Chevy Impala with a very unique bumper disfigurement underneath the car. We're working active leads, every man, woman that we have at the Houston Police Department, to include each sheriff's office. I've spoken to Sheriff Gonzalez, and it's all hands on deck working through this process to identify the male. I'll share with you that the initial description of the suspect is Asian male, Middle Eastern male, 35 to 40 years old. He's wearing a grayish top, dark bottoms. He's got dark hair, somewhat balding, about 5'9", 200 pounds. So it's an active scene. Again, it's a sad day for us here at the Houston Police Department, as well as for the city of Houston. We're working as fast and expeditious as we can to make sure that we bring this person to justice. I take any questions.
Chief, can you just describe from the beginning, like around what time did it happen? Was the car going east-west? And believe that the suspect shot went back to the car more than once. Can you just start from the beginning and tell us what was going on? And we're live on ABC.
Okay, sure. So those facts are under investigation now. We're interviewing witnesses at the scene. I will share with you that he was shot in his car at the intersection by the person who walked out of their car and shot at the victim or the deputy, and that's what we're releasing now. Everything else is preliminary. Our homicide division is interviewing to get precise and correct information.
What can you tell us about the deputy? I mean, we have a lot of, friends and folks who are around here. I mean, are you going to officially release his name yet?
The constable's office will release that information, but I can tell you that he's about 50 years old, been a police officer for around 4 years, and he was actually on his way to work.
And was it a road rage incident, sir?
At this time, we do not know that potentially may have been the case, but there's witnesses. We're canvassing for videos. We have to interview all the witnesses to give good information.
It sounds like he might have been targeted. If he stopped at the light and the other guy was pointing at him, or was it just...
We don't know that yet. So once we get there, we'll release that information. At this time, it's too early. I don't want to give you bad information, but we're interviewing every witness, and I want to thank the witnesses that stopped and waited for the police to arrive. This occurred around 12:35 p.m. We responded quickly, and unfortunately, we're here to finish this out and make sure that we bring the suspect to justice as quick as possible.
Chief Diaz, what about anybody who might have information? What number do they need to call for anybody at home that knows something?
Alvaro?
Yes, y'all can call our Crime Stoppers. It's 713-222-TIPS or 713-222-8477, or our Homicide Division, 713-308-3600.
Can you tell us, can you just bring up today for our viewers the trauma of losing an officer, especially someone who was on his way to work? I believe he was in uniform, according to witnesses, and this happened in broad daylight at 12:35 in the afternoon, in the middle of lunch hour. It seems so crazy for something like this to happen.
Any loss of life is a trauma. Any death is terrible in this community. Being a deputy, it just brings it closer to us as police officers who are here to serve the community. It's unfortunate, but anybody that loses their life in the community is just as important, just as valued. But for us as police officers, it hits a little closer because it shouldn't happen.
And I understand there's a lot of videos and things like that out there. How quickly are you willing or able to release that to the general public? Because obviously, and if you would go over the description of the individual you're looking for.
Sure. Like I said earlier, it is a Middle Eastern male, 35 to 40 years old, dark shirt, dark pants, dark hair, thinning hair, about 5'9" to 6 foot, I guess would be the average, around 200, 225 pounds.
Chief, the officer that was killed, does he leave behind a family? You know, how tragic is this? Because, you know, a lot of times when you guys are going out, you're expecting to come back home to your family.
Well, again, I can't confirm that. I'll let Constable Herman make that determination and give you the accurate information. But you're right. It's a fantastic question. It's a terrible thing. It's an awful thing for the community, for someone to lose their life, someone that's dedicated their lives to public service. So it is absolutely a tragedy.
And at what point will you guys be prepared to release videos? I know you have videos.
Well, right now it's preliminary. Our homicide division is working through that. As soon as we get it, our PIOs will release the information to get it out to the community as quick as possible.
And again, this is a 50-year-old male who was a deputy precinct 4 on his way to work. Is that right?
That is correct. That's accurate. Any more detail, I'll let Constable Herman release the information.
And lots of gunfire, right? Because we're seeing just on the car from our visuals, we're seeing lots of.
Well, that's something we're working through. I can't count that. I don't want to give you bad information, but yes, there was multiple gunshots.
As far as for this to happen in broad daylight, for him to be shot like this out in the open, fortunate nobody else was hurt. How terrible it is, and how gutsy this guy to do this.
It's very terrible. It's a senseless death. It is incredibly cruel for someone to do that. So for us, it's all hands on deck. We're working it as we speak now. We're following up on leads. So rest assured that this person will be in custody as soon as possible.
Telemundo, do you have a question in Spanish that you'd like to?
Well, he's the one who's going to be Spanish.
Yes.
Okay.
En breve.
Okay, we just need the whole report, so let me.
All right, you've been listening to Chief Diaz.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Those cameras, sir, are they working, or are you guys going to start to see if they are, or are they just kind of?
We are canvassing every business here as we speak. Rizzy, you have any other questions? No?
I'm gonna get it in Spanish.
Okay, all right.
For Spanish, para nuestros clientes.
Shot,
Okay.
right there, left, then returned, shot him a second time. And then was your phone also labeled who are here on scene that there was
1, 2, 3, ready?
cell phone video of this incident. They are looking to extract that video and distribute it to
Okay. Díaz, cuando quieras.
La pregunta.
Sí, ¿qué fue lo que sucedió el día de hoy?
Hoy, como a las 12:30 de la tarde, pasó un tiroteo aquí por la carretera Richmond y con la esquina de Fondren, en donde un oficial del precinto 4 de Harris County fue balaceado de una persona sospechosa, un hombre como de 40, 45 años, con una camisa gris, pantalones oscuros, en un carro gris tipo Impala de 4 puertas, con un defecto del mofle de abajo del carro, que se miraba claro que tenía defecto el carro de abajo. Desafortunadamente, el oficial falleció en el hospital. Me ha comunicado con el constable Mark Herman para nosotros darle el pésame de que perdió un oficial hoy. Pero nosotros aquí, el Departamento de Policía de Houston, estamos haciendo todo lo posible. Les quiero dar las gracias a las personas que se quedaron, a los testigos, que nos están dando bastante información ahorita, y cada pedazo de información se está trabajando. Estamos, todos los que están trabajando ahorita, diferentes agencias, el alguacil Ed González también nos está ayudando. Estamos todos los policías tratando de localizar a este muchacho. Ojalá pronto lo encontramos para entregarlo a la justicia.
Díaz, en este momento hay alguna información preliminar. Esto pasa en el medio de una intersección que de hecho es súper transitada. ¿Había, digamos, un objetivo en este particular, algo relacionado con su trabajo, por ejemplo?
A este momento no lo sabemos. Todo lo que tenemos ahorita es el principio. Estamos esperando la información de los testigos. Nuestro departamento de homicidio lo está trabajando. Cuando tengamos más información, el PIO de nosotros va a dar la información.
¿Él estaba en servicio, iba camino al trabajo?
Tengo yo entendido que él iba al trabajo, entraba a las 2 hoy de la tarde.
¿Él respondió de alguna manera, respondió a tiros o nada más hubo entrega de él?
Ahorita no lo sabemos. Estamos en los trámites de eso.
¿Y el vehículo baleado en este momento es el que él conducía?
Correcto. El vehículo que viene aquí en la cámara.
¿Alguna otra descripción que nos puedas dar de la persona que estamos buscando?
Mide como de 5 pies 9 pulgadas, de 35 a 40 años más o menos, pesa como 200 libras. Le traigo una chamarra gris con pantalones oscuros.
¿Se sabe el tipo de arma que usó el sospechoso?
Ahorita no lo sabemos. Era pistola.
En este momento no se puede decir si esta persona era un blanco de un enfrentamiento, fue un road rage, sencillamente algo pasó que han podido decirlo.
Ahorita no lo sabemos, todavía se está investigando eso, pero es una persona de Middle Eastern, del Medio Oriente. La descripción.
Obviamente es una pérdida fuerte para la policía, ¿no? Que sirven diariamente a la comunidad.
Es una tragedia de una persona que se entrega su vida al servicio para la comunidad, que pierda su vida tan tragediamente.
¿Alguna otra cosa que quiera comentar?
Bueno, muchas gracias por reportar la verdad aquí con nosotros. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Ojalá nosotros con ustedes podamos capturar a esta persona rápido. Si ven algo, que le hablen donde estén al 911.
¿Número de balas se ha podido decir en investigación?
Ahorita no lo sabemos. Perfecto. Ahorita nuestro homicidio lo está trabajando.
Chief, just one more question.
Yes, sir.
Was the officer in uniform when it was shot?
I understand him not to be, but that's preliminary information.
Okay. And was he using his official car or personal?
The preliminary information that we have, he was on his way to work in his personal vehicle.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, yes.
Yes, ma'am.